Thank you guys. So today is Friday. It is February 5th, and this is our just our weekly team meetup. So these are here for you guys, here for us to just connect with each other, to answer questions, and I'll always do some sort of tactical training. I do have my little one behind me, and I don't know what it's going to be like. So just know that there might be, it happens. That's how we roll. But I'm going to pull open our slides. There was two different things that I wanted to show you guys. So first we'll start with this and then we'll go from there. So who wants to kick off a win and sharing a win? Let me go here. Yeah. All right, Stephanie, go.
Okay, I had to unmute. Okay, so a win was out of my comfort zone, basically, because I hate pushiness. So I just thought, you know what, like you said, you're just sharing what you enjoy. So I went to people that I hadn't talked to in forever, and I loved I know this may seem random line, because it does. Yeah. So I used that and I sent it to 5 extra people yesterday that I hadn't talked to in forever, but were Facebook friends. So I figured, why not? And I got 3 people to come back and say, yeah, send me more info. So I haven't heard yet if they're ready to join for the 15th challenge, but I just felt good about, I got it out there, and they all said they wanted more info. So I feel like that's a win to me, just the fact that they're not totally rejecting it and calling me crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job for pushing out of your comfort zone and just realizing like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Because I remember being like, oh my gosh, I have to do this too. And being like, okay, and sending it to people. And I had similar feedback where it was, I had to use it. I know this is random, but it was people that were liking on my posts that we really hadn't connected with as much as I normally do. But sometimes that's just what it takes for you just to rip the Band-Aid. So really proud of you. Nicole, you want to go next?
I never talk on Instagram, and I put a thing up this morning, so I was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I still have not been brave enough to do what Steph has done and just be like, hello. But
yes, that's awesome. We talked about it. So yesterday, Nicole, we had a team cut meetup, and that was one of the things that we talked about was like that whole like kind of getting, we were like, okay, because I was on Power Hour yesterday morning, the 8 a.m. one, and she was like, hey, this is a challenge for you and your team cup team, and it was invite 5 people, and then she gave like the 2 like languages. I know this might be random, and I was like, oh, I actually have to do this. Like, okay. So, cause I was even like, I don't know, like, cause I normally always invite after like a long time. But then I was like thinking, and I'm thinking, these people are really, they really are just watching my stories. They really are. They've liked on the last 3 photos. It's time to at least tell them like what it is that we're doing. And, I have had similar where it's just like they were out there and one of them said, tell me more. The other one was like, oh, I'm actually doing something really similar to you. And I was like, oh, what is it? And she sent it to me. And I was like, I've never heard of this. That's awesome though. Looks like it's working for you. So I'm going to just keep in contact with her because I'm like, this girl would probably make an awesome coach because that program that she was doing was not an affiliate thing. So anyway, so it's one of those, just got to rip the Band-Aid. Brittany, I know that you're driving. If you do want to unmute yourself, you can. Don't feel like you have to because it's like, I want you to be safe. But okay.
Hear me? Okay. My phone's like cutting in and out and I kind of can see y'all's pictures and kind of not. So a win for me was I actually stuck on my schedule of showing up for the Power Hours this week, and I'm pretty sure I've been on one every day this week.
Yeah, good job.
So for me,
that's huge. When I was
actually accomplished something every day.
Oh, sorry, Brittany. I thought that you were done, but I just realized it was your phone pausing. Yeah, no, so that is, I mean, when I first, and I think I've shared this story with you guys, but when I first started as a coach, I literally only worked for like my first year, probably just during 1 hour every single day. And that really started my business. And so it was just when I first did it, I thought like, oh, I'll be making $1,000 a week doing this. No, you won't. Unless if you just have like these amazing like rock star runners that join your team and do all this stuff. But I had a little bit unrealistic goals when I was doing that, thinking like, oh, well, I will just like start making all of this money because I'd seen another coach that made like a ton of money when she first started. Oh, okay, you're okay. And I didn't realize at the time that, oh, she was putting in like 6 hours a day. like totally different than my 1 hour, but I was still super proud of my 1 hour. And that has built us a business that has allowed for a lot of time and flexibility in our lives. And I realized that was exactly what I needed. That 1 hour a day and I was always during my nap time, or Braylon's nap time. And it was just, I would set the timer, and it was before we had those digital, the visual power hours. And I would just set my timer. It was before we even had this business activity tracker, but I had found something online that was similar to this, from another Beachbody coach. It was like, do these things every day and you'll start making, Alicia, and you'll start making income. And so I just followed that, and I would set timers just like we do on the power hours for 5 minutes, and Alicia, and it worked. I mean, it's built me. That's what I did. Like I said, that's what built me this business. So I went diamond doing that. It solidified us in for 2-star qualification within doing that. So it worked. No, those are too fragile to hold. Here's your rocks and stuff. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you're welcome. There's your nature stuff. Okay, you can. Well, don't do it yet because Sasha's trying to get out the door, so I don't want you to go outside right now. All right. So I want to share a win. I just don't. If you open the door and Sasha goes out, you have to go find her. Okay. This is something that I wanted. This is my win. So let's just pray that the dogs stay in the house. All right, good job, Alicia. So it's not like perfect, but it's getting there. And so this is our boot camp challenge pack info guide. So I had seen one from a coach during one of the power hours this week, and she was so amazing and shared her packet with us. So I was able to put in some of our transformation photos. I was able to put in a group photo, which we need to have a team retreat so that we can have some photos. So I'm like, this is from a while ago, right? We need a team retreat. And I'll show you something else that's really cool. So this is something that when somebody says, well, what's all included in it? This is what she then sends to people. And I was like, this is really smart. It allows us to stop talking. It allows them to start looking. And I love
it's visually appealing. It's very nice.
It's beautiful. And I love that it has these add-ons as well, because I know I share a lot about, I share a lot about different stuff, which I want to put, Daily Sunshine isn't here, but I would probably at this point, I would say that stuff that I give my kids is on the add-on page. It's called Daily Sunshine. That stuff I drink every morning is called Energize, so that the person knows. So I would make it a little personable when I sent it to them. Yes, Alicia?
Well, we need to find a little bit more stuff that don't have anything on them. I'm going to put in my nature box.
We can put some more stuff in your nature box later. So the only thing that they have that we don't have, so I was looking through this verbiage and stuff, and it was like, here's a short video. You guys, I was like, what? This is amazing. So they have a short video that they made of their team. And I'll share this document, but I was like, we could do this. Like I have
it's
people
just still so crazy to me
that are down here that could do this.
What started out 4 years ago as me desperately searching for a
I
solution.
follow this girl on Instagram, like before you even said anything about her. She's really great.
I was like,
I'm Beth Isbell, and I'm the
I was
founder
like,
of
how do I
Dream
not know this
Dynasty.
girl?
Friendships and community.
But anyways,
women who
this short video is in there. I won't play it all, but it was like, I was like, this is something. I have people that are down here on 30A that do photography, that do videography. And so I know I've said this, and this is like a little bit earlier than when I was going to mention it, but I put it on my, my Success Club tracker. You might've seen that today when we were kind of looking at the digital one. Is one of my goals this year is to have a diamond retreat where it's one of those, like, it's down here. I rent a big house. I treat you guys to photo shoot. And I was like, well, now I want to do a video like this. Like now I want to get like a video. Cause like, that's super cool. And like that, I mean, and I know we could also make the video. Like I do know that, but I also know my friend Dana could make the video. So I just thought that was really cool. I don't know what I'll do. I might just have to take this line out, here's a short video of how this opportunity has changed some of our lives. I might just have to take that line out for a little bit, just because it's like showing their team, and like their team is awesome. And so I'm just like, I just don't want us to do the comparison game, because I'm over here like, what? And then I like look and I'm like, all those girls are really fancy. And I'm like, I'm not that fancy. But anyways, it was just really cool to see. So I'm really grateful that she shared that with us. But basically this document is pretty much ready. I'm just going to take this line out of here's a short video of how the opportunity has changed some of our lives until we can make our own short video. And we could even do that via a Zoom one night where we can just share like a short, like, hey, this is like my favorite thing that's happened. And we can edit it, or we can just leave it as is and just like call it a day and just be like, because that's how I roll. Like, I don't know if y'all knew that about me, but I'm not one of those like, things don't have to be perfect. Like what that was like a really beautiful, perfect video. And I'm also over here, I'm like, I can be just like, hey, we Zoomed and we shared about like what we like about Beachbody. So we need more photos though, because these are like old photos from summits in the past. Summit 2021, I'm going to touch on that, I guess, too, because like I said, I want to have a team retreat, but that won't happen until Q3, maybe Q4. It would probably be September or October that we would do that, because we would need to put qualifications in place. And why I say, I'll just share this, why I say a diamond retreat is there's bonuses that happen when our team goes 2-star diamond and 5-star diamond. And it would be like, we would literally just like need to use that money to like pay for the place. So that's why I'm like, we have to kind of make some sort of qualifications so that it makes sense for us to like Neil and I to rent a place out. And the fact that like it's a rewards trip. It's a rewards trip that we haven't been able to give everybody a rewards trip in 2 years. And I just honestly don't even know when our rewards trips are going to happen again on that big Beachbody level. So I really want to make it a point to do stuff like this for our team. But then we can also start doing stuff where it's just like, hey, like we're all just going to go in on stuff and we're just going to rent a place together, instead of like a earned retreat. Like, okay, that's Miss Stephanie and that's Miss Nicole.
This is Ethan. He's
Hi,
3.
Ethan. Ethan's 3. How old are you?
3
3 3/4.
Well, that's pretty good. He just turned 3.
Ooh, nice. See, you guys are like the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool. So that's my win, is I actually like made that, but I'll put it in the team page so that we can use it. And like I said, I'll just take that one line out of the video. So my assistant Bree didn't get to finishing these out, the stats. So I'm going to skip past them, but I'm going to go into our team page because this is our team page. Oh, that's Beachbody. That's okay. Because we did have, I'll just go ahead and speak it here. Let me just stop sharing my screen for a minute. So last month, Stephanie pushed really hard at the end of the month and she hit Success Club. So we did do the shout out in the team page for that. So she earned her little coach hat. And then Natalie, which is super cool. Alicia, I love you so much.
Thank you. And I got your goodies. That was super fun. I tried Bevy for the first time yesterday and I liked it a lot. So I'm going to try to order that this month.
Good. Yeah. And that's something. So I've been trying to do that more and more where when I get new friends signed up, Alicia, I love you. You want to do one of those puzzles? Please. But something that I've been trying to do is that way you can try it without having to buy a full pack. And then we just order that under, so most of y'all would order stuff like that under your husband's account so that you get like the volume. And then if you want to send that to your customers, I think Bevy and Energize are the two that that really help people the quickest. So I like that one. I like those ones. I'm trying to think. Yeah. So here, month 1 prize. And then Natalie also earned it. So month 1 with Beachbody of hitting Success Club, you get that hat. Month 3 is the long sleeve tank top. And month 6 is the cooler backpack. So it's like this backpack that's a cooler. Month 9 is a cube light for your computer. And then if you hit it all 12 months of the year, you get Ray-Ban sunglasses that have like branded Beachbody on them. So, which is pretty cool. So, and then the other thing too, you qualify for Success Club. I would say if you qualify for Success Club, probably like 6 months, maybe 5 months out of the year, you normally earn an invite to, oh, I was just realizing I wasn't sharing my screen anymore. Sorry. I was like highlighting the photo and I was like pointing at it and realized that you guys couldn't even see it. But normally you earn you'll earn a spot to our big retreat. So like we rent out the entire Hard Rock Cafe in Punta Cana. We've rented out the entire Hard Rock Cafe hotel and casino in Riviera Maya. They do have a 2022 trip scheduled this year. For our 2021 trip, we just got a trip voucher. So Neil and I still have like 4 days that we can use at Hotel Unica in Riviera Maya. So it's still really cool. It's not what it was. Hopefully things will go back with COVID, but it's still worth it to try to hit Success Club to earn some of that other swag. And then, like I said, you'll get into a fitness test group if it's your first 3 months as a coach, which is really cool. Like I'm just over here. I'm like, I can't even like imagine if I was a new coach and like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in a test group with Shanti. Like Shanti like literally is like right there in front of me on a Zoom call and he just spoke my name. Like, what? And Jessica Powell was in one. She's one of our older coaches. She was in one for Bar Blend pre and postnatal pregnancy with Elise. And she's done our Beachbody programs with both of her being pregnant with both of her children. And she's had exceptional deliveries. This is something that like I don't share as much on social because it's like you gotta kind of walk around that. But like whenever you have a pregnant mom, yes, they can do Beachbody. I actually highly recommend it because we now have those pre and postnatal specific workouts. There's more variety, and that's it really. And I can tell that I can say like my coach Jessica did the programs that were designed for pre and postnatal, and she actually had really exceptional deliveries and recoveries, and her doctors were kind of surprised. I also did our programs prenatal, and I have had awesome deliveries, and I'm very grateful. And that's not the case for everybody. Like there's definitely like not awesome deliveries, but like that's just been our experience. So I definitely think that it's helped having that. I'm going back to our slides. I will show them if I need to. But yeah, I apologize for not having Bree and myself. So Bree's she's one of my college friends, and she helps me. She's been my assistant for this last year and a half, and she's been so friggin' such a blessing to our team. Like she does so much to help me. But we just didn't have it on time for the announcement. So I will do the announcements. I will have those later. The other things that I want to announce is I'm going to put this in the team page, but we do have a virtual Emerald retreat happening in March. So this is really something that all of us can qualify for. Myself, and I think it's 7 other coaches are teaming together to do leadership training. It'll be on a Saturday and a Sunday. A Friday and a Saturday. And last time that we did an Emerald retreat, we kicked off with Joel Freeman from Lift 4 and 10 rounds. And he like basically was just like there with his glass of whiskey, like talking to us like, yeah, this is what I recommend. And he's got some really cool background because he actually grew gyms before he was a Beachbody super trainer. So he like understands that whole like networking, connection. Like he just gets that level at a different space than some of the other trainers. So I don't know who we'll have this time, but I'm really excited about that. And to qualify, you need to hit Emerald, and I think you need to hit Success Club this month as well, which is one of the goals that we put on for ourselves this month during Team Cup month. So if you just hit Emerald, so Stephanie, I think you'll actually already qualify as long as you hit Success Club, which you will. And so you'll be invited to this team event. And so it's just one of those, like, it's really cool that we have these virtual events. And like I said, we'll do trainings typically after an Emerald retreat. We'll even go into a Diamond push group for those that want to push to the next level of Diamond coach. So, and that's like additional training, additional support, additional accountability. And so hitting Emerald again is just 2 coaches. A lot of times that is like a good friend, a spouse, another family member, and it doesn't have to be somebody that wants to work the business. So that is something that is really exciting that we've got going on. But y'all have any questions right now? Like, is there anything that's like been on your mind that you're like, hey, I just want to do this? Yeah.
So like I had that friend sign up, and I guess she signed up as a coach because I got a notification that was like, you have a new coach.
What? That's awesome.
Well, like, but
I'm like, this is why I have Bree make all of my announcements.
But no, I mean, let me go on there. But
I'm like,
my question is, like, so, but she signed up with someone else, right? Like, and then she transferred to me.
Okay.
I'm trying to get her. I started talking to her more about, like, I was like, have you tried Energize? And she said that she ordered greens and a green tea Energize. Did they used to have a green tea?
She might have ordered Shakeology boosts. So she might have ordered the Shakeology boost because there's an energy boost, and then there's a
Okay.
Power Greens boost. So maybe that's what she ordered.
Because I was like, I have never heard of, because I was asking, I wanted to talk to her about Energize, and I was like, I've never heard of the green tea one, so I don't know. I was
Yeah.
like, but I use fruit punch and it's awesome. I was like, it's great pre-workout, whatever. She's like on the fence. And then, I was like, then she said that she didn't like the greens, and she sees like a nutritionist who like has this diet plan for her that she's been on. And I'm like, that's awesome, So she told me about these other greens that she's taken. So I was like, oh, what are they? And then, I asked her if she's using any kind of shakes, and she's like, no, just regular protein shakes. And so I was like, well, have you thought about Shakeology? She said it's really expensive. And this is all today. So,
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I said, I know it's kind of pricey. I was like, it turns out to like $5 a day. And I was like, I was spending that on Starbucks or Chick-fil-A. And I told her about like how it's like making my gut feel better. And Kevin started using it and he feels better. And I was like, it helps with anxiety and all this stuff. And so I'm hoping, and I asked her like, well, if I could get you some samples, would you want them? So I'm hoping I need to like order samples.
So you could do two things there. You could order a box. So your next time that you have a shipment, you could order a box so you have packets. Or the Clean Week sampler is only $30. So you could say, you know what, maybe you should just try it for $30 and you get 7 packets, because that's really not that expensive. A lot of people are okay with spending $30.
And then, so she needs to buy something. That's my real question is like, okay, she's a coach under me, but she's like not purchasing anything.
I'm looking. If she was a coach, I'm looking to see if she is. I'm trying.
I got that email that was like, you have a new coach.
All right. I see you, but I don't see a coach underneath you. So she might have, the thing is, if she was a coach, so this is one thing, if she was a coach and she was with another coach, when she switches to you, she actually can't become a coach again for 6 months. So they have to go inactive as a coach for 6 months anytime that a new coach wants to switch to us. Because you'll see, like in our challenge groups, there's a girl and her name is Kimberly Hawkins, and she's like awesome. And she would, I really feel like she would do awesome with this if she ever wanted to do the business side of it. She's been loving Beachbody for a really long time, but she was signed up as a discount coach with another coach for a long time. But she was like, no, I'm okay with like not having the discount for a little while and being with your group and signing back up. Cause I was like, you're going to lose out for 6 months on your discount. And so I think she has every intention to join back in as a coach when her 6 months is up, but for the 6 months, she just has to pay like regular prices. And the thing that somebody could do in that situation is if their husband was never a coach and they're like, I need my discount, they could always sign up their husband as a coach with you. And then when they're ready to coach, they could sign up under their husband.
Okay. That's a good idea. So
that's something. And so
she's,
he would be getting the recognition and stuff, and it would be like him, but like she would be in our team page and she would be the one that could like work his business until she can become a coach again. Like that's a little bit of a workaround, but just know like it would be like him that's getting more recognition than her, like walking across stage and stuff when we actually have actual summits. It could be that could be what happens, depending on how they grow their business, which that's like super far down the road, but that's just one thing, like just to be aware of. Like if it's
I'm trying to find where I got the email about her switching.
Yeah, when you see it, you can forward it to me and I can help read the language with you.
But you're probably right as far as like.
And you can look and make sure she is a customer, because I've had that happen where somebody tried to make a transfer. Beachbody at first was like, yeah, we transferred, and then like they took them back because I guess that they realized like, oh, you were trying to switch a coach. That person needs to cancel their coach account before they can switch. So that could be something too.
Yeah.
So just make sure she's a customer with you. And then, I would recommend for her to try a couple things based on her goals, especially like you said, it sounds like Shakeology probably would be a great fit for her. If she's taking a whole lot of supplements though, she will probably need to talk to her nutritionist, and she will need to be the one that is like, I want to take Shakeology. How can we get this in my...
No, she's not working. I mean, she's just working with it's not like a nutritionist. It's like she like works with someone. I mean, it's not because she's like needs it. It's not like a medical thing at all. It's like kind of like this, except for, I don't know. I don't know who it is. She told me about it, but.
Yeah. Interesting. I
So
mean,
she works with this
just keep the
person.
conversation going and see what she's got. But I'm glad
Yeah.
that you said all that, because it's helpful. It's helpful to hear all the different, like, because we're all going to come across different people that we're talking to and try to figure out what's best for them. And speaking of that, yeah, Stephanie, do you have any questions? Anything that's been
Yeah, I do. I have like 10, but I know we're doing our one-on-one call and I just been like storing them up. So get ready. But
awesome.
one I have right now, I guess my main one is that, okay, I have 19 people in my BOD group and 18 of them are trials. So I've been, everyone's loving it. They are on a high. And I'm getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I got to start talking to them about the retention, right? And I've already heard several of them, like 5, say, I want to keep going, and they love it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, how do you get them, instead of just saying the $99 or the $39 or the $59, whatever, to get over to just the BOD membership? What's the best way, the share a cart way? Would it be just going straight from that trial? Because they'd be charged for the membership at the end of this. So how do you get them over to the challenge pack or to the next thing?
Yes. I'm looking to see if I have language that's already typed up for this, because I know that we have had language for this. But so if I do find like the actual language, I will definitely send this to you. I'm in my Google Drive right now looking, because basically what you're going to want to do is send them like that image, and maybe you just post, because you have so many people that are on it. And they're all like kind of at that same spot where they're probably on day like 3 or 5 right now. So I'm looking here. Okay. So this is one I did find it. So there's a BOD trial sign up, and it's, hey, I know you're working through your Beachbody On Demand trial. I want to make sure you have all the options available to get the best deal, because I'm all about the best deal. And then just like, are you wanting to continue? So that's kind of like what your question, like, are you wanting to continue? And then they'll say yes or no. And then you'll say, okay, when you continue, and then this would be a good spot to put that image where we, one of those images, I think I've shared 2 or 3 with you of the different prices, to put an image of the price options of the 3-month, 6-month, yearly, and then the challenge pack. And just say, okay, like when you continue right now, you're locked into the one that is the 3-month, which will actually charge you over the course of the year. What do we do? The math, 6 times 4, $240 over the course of a year. Totally okay if you want to keep that, because it does make your payments less each quarter. But I want you to be aware, if you know that you want to go ahead and do it, I would recommend that you snag the challenge pack. I have a $10 off coupon, so it actually makes it $150. And with that, you get to have the year access of Beachbody On Demand, both of our nutrition programs, because as you continue, there's going to be a point where nutrition is probably a sticking point, and you get to try the Shakeology that I've been raving about. Basically for only $50, you get to try it. Which option sounds best to you? So that's what I would do. Is I would say, are you liking it? They say yes or no. And then what they need to do is, if they want to keep it as is, they don't have to do anything. Now, if they want to upgrade to a challenge pack, there is a button on their memberships thing. So there's 2 ways that they can do that. There's a button that says like upgrade to a challenge pack, but that's them going through the website and upgrading to a challenge pack, which is okay. They can totally do that. The website's not like the most like, oh, there's like 500 challenge packs. Now I don't know what to do. So that's why I typically will recommend, I'll say, you know what? The website's a little confusing. I want to help you pick your challenge pack. Could I do a cart for you? Could I fill out a cart for you that has the pack that I think that we've talked about that would be the best for you? They say yes or no. And so I say, okay, what you have to do is you just need to go and cancel, and just go ahead and cancel it so that everything cancels now before your build at the end of the 14-day trial. I'm going to send you a new link that has your a new link that has your challenge pack already in it, with your flavor of Shakeology or Energize and Recover, whatever you guys decided on. So you kind of have to talk to them a little more. You can do whichever you feel best with, though, because people can totally go and like snoop all the challenge packs. You could even say like, yeah, all you do is upgrade to a challenge pack. My top 3 recommendations for you are Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack with Shakeology, Beachbody On Demand Deluxe Challenge Pack, because you get the Shakeology, Energize, and Recover. And if you want to do one more, if you want to say like 9-week Control Freak or something like that. because
No, I think I'll do it for them because I've had to baby step them through. Some of them are a little older. They're not as tech savvy maybe. So I'm just kind of like, let me do it for you. Like we got them on the app. They're doing really great with it. It just was a little learning curve. So I feel like the best way, I wanted to make sure, do they need to cancel? So I'm going to have them, most of them that want to go forward, I'm going to say, go ahead, just cancel it. And then I'll send you the cart because they like that. It's all in one email, send it to them and they just go.
And then you just ask them what flavor Shakeology do they want and just give them the 4 flavor options and then just say, do you want it regular whey based or vegan based? And then go from there. And a lot of people don't really know the difference. I didn't until I started doing stuff. And I just tell people, I always go vegan because it's just, I know what dairy does to my body and I just do a little bit better when I have less dairy.
I'm going to try the vegan next.
Yeah. The Shakeology has not bothered me
this time.
Yeah. It didn't bother me too much until I had her and I was breastfeeding and I was like, oh, I wonder if I go dairy free. So I went completely dairy free and she stopped spitting up. So ever since then, I just haven't. I'm like, okay. I'm like, my babies just don't need dairy. So
same here. I was the same way in nursing. Yep.
Yeah. So
thank you for that. That was good info.
Yeah, you're welcome. So that's all I would do. Just ask them if they want to keep up with it, have them cancel if they do, or if they, and we'll give them the options if they say they do. And then if they want to upgrade, have them cancel and then fill out the cart for them. Yeah, good question. That's awesome. So for all intents and purposes of this training, one of the things I'm going to share is my screen again. Where's the share screen button? There it is. So I'm going to share my screen again. And a lot of us are kind of in this spot where we are kind of starting to talk to people for the first time. This is the first time that we've ever really invited some people. Hey, Brittany. And so this is the first time that we've ever started sharing with people what it is that we're doing. And so there's this document called Help My First Few Friends. And I think I've shared the link with most everybody at this point, but I can definitely reshare it. I'll share it in like the show notes. When I put the recording of this up, I'll make sure that that's there. But this is just a really good example of a conversation of what could be the invite. What could the invite look like? What do you do when someone says no? What do you do when they say yes? And then how you can actually really go through that conversation with them and even how you can send them a link to join. Now, the one thing that we don't have in here is now that we have that form, this would be this message 3. Now that we have that really cool form, Brittany, you missed this, but we made the form.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to let you know that we made the form where it's like, this is when somebody asks you for more information or pricing, this is a packet that has details about the group, about the pack options.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. And then about like the coaching opportunity. And I was sharing with the ladies, I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this line. They had a really cool, this is from another coach. They had like this really cool, like coach video of like all of them talking about like what coaching has done for them. And I'll just be honest, I was like, I'm a little jelly right now. So anyway, that's where we're at. So we now have this as well that we can send to people. So I will put this in the team page today. And then I will announce the Emerald Retreat officially on the team page with all the details of that as well, so that you guys know what's going on. But this can really help with conversations. So the main thing that I just want to point out, I know I pointed it out in our power hour this morning, is that consistency of showing up. Like, because we show up consistently in our challenge group. Don't be afraid to literally put whatever post you put in your challenge group on your social media, either in your stories or a regular post. People don't care if it's fancy. Yes, does a good picture help? Sure, of course, a great picture helps. Great caption helps. People, honestly, at this point in our business, at this point in your business where you're at, starting out as a new coach, they just want to see you showing up. They just want to see that you're not quitting. Because if you've even talked to them about it at all, and then they're like, wait a second, I haven't seen Brittany share anything about that workout thing that she told me about. She's probably not even still doing it. And you're over here killing it in your challenge group and then not showing up on the social media, then people aren't going to know that they can still join you. They're not going to know that you're doing it. So that's one thing that I just really want us to get consistent with. I will ask Melanie Mitro. I had a call with her and Katie yesterday, and they're my mentors right now. I will ask her. She said that she sent a like sample of what you could share on your social media every day for February, which we had something in Team Give Fam too. So if that is something that's helpful, like, is that something that you guys need? Is that something that, do you guys need kind of like a guideline of like, this is what I could post, like ideas of what I could post each day? Is that helpful?
I think I would like that.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, cool. Then I'll make sure that we do that and go through that. And then I think what Katie told me, and so this is something that I'm like saying out loud that I'm going to do. Katie told me one thing that I should start doing is like when I make some of my posts, I'll break them down in the team page. I'll break them down in Be Well Coaches, which I did a little video yesterday of like, this is why I'm posting like this for the next couple days. But I'm going to try to break down my posts a little bit so that you kind of can see, this is how, like, as you start to just share more, this is how you could share your story. This is how I did it. Here's an example. Or if I see another coach that has an example, I'll try to start sharing those so that we all have examples of posting. Are you okay? Okay, sorry. All right, sorry, she just started whimpering. But yeah, so that's all that we have for our team call today. Those were the main highlights. I will get announcements of just where we're at with some stats here later because we do have some stats that are coming out. Like I said, Bree and I just didn't have the timing right, and that was my fault because I didn't tell her what time our team call was. But I was like, oh no, I was like, I don't have all the shout outs ready.
That's okay.
Yeah, but they'll be there. I promise. I promise. But yeah, I'm excited for us. And so there's a lot that's going on. I know that y'all have been amazing and have been on different team calls for your team cup stuff, different power hours for your business. Just remember.
You also said when we're picking up shit, I can have a snack.
When we go pick her up, you can have a snack in the car. But I know that we're doing a lot right now. And Team Cup Month, that's just kind of part of it, is just kind of figuring out, okay, I am not a coach that does burnout. I don't do burnout. I don't really yes, if you're really wanting to go for a goal, that is up to you. I am just I've always stuck with, this is what I can handle. And I'm super grateful that I've done that throughout my coaching career. Yes, there's been highs and lows. Know right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's just because you're learning something new. It's just because it's new to you. But as I shared earlier today, when I first started, it was an hour a day that I devoted. It was an hour a day. And then of course there would be some days where it was 2 hours because we would have a team call or something like that. But I really wasn't killing myself. So if you feel like you're killing yourself, reevaluate and say, is the work I'm doing right now income producing? Because if it's not, what is it doing? Is it something that is just, I feel like I'm obligated to do, or is it actually working? So feel free to ask questions within your Team Cup teams, within our team page, ask them to me, just so that you can have any guidance on that. So I just want you to have a wonderful time with this, enjoy the journey, and focus on you and your workouts, focus on you and your nutrition, and sharing that genuinely is what will help other people. So we're about to get kicked off. I really appreciate you guys. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this picture thing because we keep forgetting to do this. Okay, everybody smile really quick. Cheese. Okay, good. I got it. All right. I'll get some stuff in the team page later today, and I'll get this video recording in there. So, all right. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.